Hi Pisces, welcome back to Intuitive Dreams 1111. I hope you are doing well. This is going to be your reading for the full moon in Scorpio coming up on the 23rd. That is all about transformation, cycles ending for new beginnings. So I wanted to see what was going on with you, and keep in mind energies can be reversed. Place parties where it fits. Again, there's no gender in tarot. So if there's a masculine on one of these cards, it could be very well be a feminine in your life. Place parties where it fits. Pisces can be anywhere in your chart. It can be North Node, South Node, any placement, right? If you're called to this video, then there's something in here for you. It's energy, so anybody can be in Pisces energy at any time. It does not have to be in your chart, or it can be in any placement in your chart, okay? So I pulled 3 tokens for you. 2 of them landed on the moon mat in an actual section. 1 of them landed on the outside, I call outer space area, right? So it's not it's not related to any particular section on the mat. It's just an overall energy that's kind of outside of any specific placement, okay? So for you, we ended up getting the World card, token that landed on the love section. So the World is a cycle that's been completed, okay? So clearly there is something in your love life, a cycle that has actually been completed or is about to be completed. On current self, you ended up with the money bag. So this is about abundance and prosperity, which is good. And then you ended up with the jack-o'-lantern that was out in the outer space. So this is being protected from evil spirits. It's just about spirit. Can mean any other thing. It can mean Halloween time or whatever. But for your particular reading, this is related to spirits protecting you. Okay, and I'll get into it when I explain the clarifiers. So let's start off with the love section and the World token where a cycle's been completed. The cards that came out for this particular section was the 8 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. So this tells me that you finally were able to emotionally walk away from somebody. See the ladybug walking away. Walking away from somebody that has hurt you, right? They've betrayed you in some way, shape, or form within the connection, and it was heartbreak and led to separation. The 7 of Wands is, there's the guy that's breaking out of jail here. He's got love tattooed on him. He has other tattoos, but the love one is mostly the one that stands out the most. He's the guy that's overcome the challenges of this particular love situation, and was hurt and finally was able to emotionally check out and walk away and be done, and end a cycle in the love arena. Let's see here. So I wanted to know more about who this love was in your life. We ended up with the 8 of Wands in reverse, the Emperor, and the Page of Wands on the side. So this particular person that was in your life with the 8 of Wands in reverse was could have been somebody who was stealing from you. Communication was starting to be cut off. There was no real movement coming towards you, no movement in communication towards you. And clearly, if somebody has, stolen something from you, then clearly they're not going to be taking any movement towards you. They're not going to be wanting to pick up the phone and talk to you, right? They know that they've done something wrong. This person with the Emperor card was also somebody who was either quite bossy over you, or they could have very well been a business owner. So yeah, especially with the thieves. So you may have been in business with this person or had some sort of financial, link to them. But yeah, whatever this is they were some sort of, I feel more of a bossy energy. And that's, where I feel like the deceitfulness had come in. You also ended up with the Page of Wands on the side. So their passion towards you, them flirting with you, showing passion towards you, was superficial, okay? They were keeping an eye on you for a particular reason. They were only shooting passion towards you for a particular reason. See the magnifying glass? They have a close eye on this person for something. And I'm getting a strong feeling that this person was probably, stealing from you in some shape or form, whether it was financially or they just stole your time and your energy for just the benefit of themselves, whatever that was. The jack-o'-lantern. So when I clarified the jack-o'-lantern, you ended up with the world, the devil, and the strength. Okay, so this was, spirit, universe, ancestor guides, people who've passed on, protecting you, right? Out here in outer space. So they've been looking over you, watching you, and protecting you. Because like Rich Lop says, the universe hears and sees things that you don't. They did, and they worked together to try and help you see what was going on so you could get out of this situation and end the cycle. So with the devil here, obviously they were trying to help you gain strength and courage to end the cycle, which you had the world token, right? To be completed, do a successful completion of this particular love situation with a devil. Basically, there was a devil energy. Obviously, if they were bossy, eight of wands in the reverse, stealing from you, and then making you feel like their passion was towards you, and they were really passionate. It was superficial. They only wanted to get something from you, which they wanted to get you caught up in this web with them so they could get what they wanted. All right. So it was very strong devil energy, and this is why the jack-o'-lantern basically came in, protecting you from evil spirits. And so this person was an evil spirited person, so to speak. Okay. When I clarified the devil, we ended up with the Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So this person was supposed to be, what they were doing is they were making you think that there was something solid here. There was, solid teamwork. You two were building something. This flower's made out of bricks. So again, it was, coming across as, this is a solid foundation we're going to start off on. It's the bricks, you can't, right? The bricks can weather anything. So they were making you feel like this was going to be something that could be built upon, right? It could be something you could work off of. However, the Ten of Swords, they basically, they stabbed you, right? They hurt you, mentally messed with you, right? By making you think that they had all this passion for you and all this flirting and fun, and it was all of them just keeping a close eye on you for a particular reason, for their own selfish reasons, and used you as a doormat. And so they were selfish with the Nine of Cups in reverse. It was all about what they needed, all about what they wanted. And so they mentally messed with you, right? Because you can see on this card, there's 10 hands poking at this lady's head, right? Messing with her. And that's how this was. It was a mental breakdown, especially if they were coming across, very bossy, stern, rigid towards you, but yet, they were giving you some, flirting and passion and making you feel like they were somebody, but it was all an act to be able to take something away from you. And that's why the jack-o'-lantern had stepped in. They wanted to make sure you had seen something. And when we come over to the token for the current self, which would be your current self, is the money bag. Again, this is prosperity. This is success. This is abundance, right? This is being able to have all this, success coming in, whether it is money, love, combination of both, being successful in everything, business, love, marriage, relationship, kids, whatever that is to you, being completely successful. We ended up with the Temperance, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So basically, the divine had stepped in and made you realize that your abundance wasn't going to be balancing out for you as long as you were stuck in this connection with this person, because they were taking from you. And you had learned to mentally break them off from your energy. And with the Five of Swords, you just kind of gave up on it, right? Taking that rest, you were already mentally resting from this and trying to gain your strength, and you were like, I give up, I'm done with this. And when I clarified the Five of Swords, we ended up with the High Priestess, the Death, and the Eight of Swords. So basically, your intuition, your spirit guides helped you with your intuition, the common sense. You started putting things together, 2 and 2, right? Money's missing, yet this person's very flirtatious with me, but yet, why do they seem like they're so controlling and bossy? Do you know what I mean? Like, kind of trying to control and boss how the relationship was going. It was all about, again, what they wanted. It was for their benefit. It was not for your benefit. The Temperance is, coming out of a rough time and being balanced, right? So you were not feeling prosperous in this. And so your spirit team, your guides, we're all on different timelines. Either this has already happened, this is about to happen, or it will happen in the future. I do feel like I'm talking to somebody that this has probably already started to happen. The light bulbs are clicking on. The intuition is starting to get on point. You're realizing that you needed to end. See, this is the Death card. That's transformation, Scorpio. Scorpio is all about transformation. You might have Scorpio in your chart. You know what I mean? And here's Pisces, right? So you might have strong Scorpio and Pisces in your chart. You used your Scorpio energy to cut and give up on this because you were being willfully blinded. You were willfully blinding yourself because there may have been something in this situation you didn't want to see at the time, but your spirit guides were starting to come in and they were starting to make you see how you were getting hurt, right? How this person was, kind of breaking away, maybe not having as much conversation with you because they got what they wanted. They took something from you. I do believe it may have been financials, doesn't have to be, but that is a strong feeling I'm getting. But it could be anything. They could have stole time and energy from you. They just could have stole your love, right? And then left you for heartbreak. But you persevered, right? You broke out of this jail, right? He's breaking out of this jail because he wants real love. He doesn't want anything superficial where somebody's going to just take from the money bag or whatever prosperity you have. So he's breaking out of this jail, right? So you did. Here you have this angel in this bird cage, but see how the lid's lifted? You know, you decided to end this and you decided to fly out, right? To be free again, to come out of this cage, be the free bird that you are, and free yourself from this devil, toxic person that was legitimately deceiving you, okay? Which is great. I'm glad to see this. You know, this is a good thing. We want people to wake up and start to see people for who they are. And your spirit guides were on your side, helping you, because while this hurt, and you may not have wanted it to be this way, but at the end of the day, it was what you needed, because down the road, which I will get to, because I did, you know, because this was so cut and dry with the energy that came out, I wanted to see what was going to happen for you next, because you did the hard work of taking the blindfold off, you know, freeing yourself from this bird cage. You lifted up the lid, you spread your wings, and you flew out. You ended it. You're transforming yourself. You're starting to grow back inside. Your soul's starting to come back. And that's because you basically got rid of something, you know, that was toxic. The devil, they wanted to keep you caught in the web, caught in the bird cage. And you freed yourself. So it was cut and dry, and it was great to see. I know it was hard. I sympathize with you. I've had to do this before. I get it. But it's times like this where we grow, we learn, and the bullshit radar, you know, after going through something like this, the bullshit radar is on point. Like there's nobody that's going to be able to mess with you again. The high priestess is somebody that's untouchable. She's the one that knows things that most other people don't. And, you know, and that's also your subconscious, right? That's you making yourself more self-aware of people around you, right? Especially if you have all this light and goodness to you, people want to attract to it, right? Negative energies want to trap you into the web of what it is that they desire and not care one lick about you. So a beautiful thing is, like I said, you ended it to free yourself, right? So now your, you know, success and prosperity should start to balance out, because now you've removed some sort of energy in your life that was supposed to be a love romantic partner that was taking from you, and you weren't being successful. You were not being prosperous. Now you'll be able to, because you've cut it. So my question was, okay, so what's happening for Pisces next? Like, we saw this, you've been through this. Some of you, like I said, are on different timelines. You might be going through this, you know, later down the road when you are drawn to this particular reading. But for right now, I'm dealing with folks that are going through this right now who are waking up. So I'm like, what's next for Pisces, right? You did such a good job. You did what you needed to do. It was a rough, tough road, but you set yourself free. So where are we going next? So I said, what's going on next for Pisces? We ended up with the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So on this particular card, you're slowly moving forward. Okay, you're still in a healing phase. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You're riding your snail. The snail is slow, but the snail can still move. And that's the point. That's all that matters. Baby steps, that's all you need. Taking one baby step at a time, healing yourself, moving in the right direction, right? With the Nine of Swords. Okay, so you see all these eyes on this person? Just like there was all of these hands poking and messing with this lady's head, her hair, her bouffant hair. Well, here you are. You've had some anxiety. You've had some rough, sleepless nights. It's been stressful for you dealing, with somebody who you thought was supposed to be a romantic partner, who was supposed to be building with you, right? It was supposed to be a good solid foundation you were going to start off on, and it went sideways for you. And so now, you know what? You're slowly going in the right direction. You're starting to heal. You've had some restless, sleepless nights, and that's okay, right? Don't worry. That happens to all of us. All of us have been through it. And ones who haven't will be going through it. So don't worry about it. We have all been through this. You also ended up with the Wheel of Fortune. So this lady has all the gears under her dress. All the gears are going to start moving again, okay? And she's got a little tiny heart, if you can see it, in the middle of one of the gears. So slowly but surely, your heart's going to start, it's going to start, you know, feeling emotions again. It's going to start to feel happy. It's going to want to start to feel like you're going to be ready to venture back out at some point. Right now, it's a healing process, right? You're not feeling so hot some days, and that's okay. You know, this could take you as long as it takes you, right? That's why the Chariot is the snail, okay? You're still moving forward, but you take the time you need in order for the gears and the cycles to start spinning, because you've ended a cycle, okay? That's what this full moon is about, ending a cycle to begin a new one. You are slowly at your pace going to start a new cycle. With the Knight of Pentacles, slow energy still, okay? This is an energy of somebody that, yes, they move slow, they move carefully, they want to make sure they get it right. So that's okay, right? It's a solid person, but this person's going to get to where they need to get, okay? So you're slowly going to get, you know, the Knight of Wands. You're slowly going to start feeling that fire in your soul again. You're, you know, going to start to feel excited, and your passion's going to start to feel good. It's going to take some time for you. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be some time. But then you have the Magician. Then you'll start to be able to manifest again, because you've gone through the healing, okay? You've taken your time. You've separated yourself from this nasty energy and low vibration. Cool. Now you're going to have all the tools in your little hat there with your little party hat, and you're going to start to feel good again. You're going to want to manifest. And so I was just being a little nosy, and I'm like, so what's Pisces going to manifest down the road, you know? And again, it's free will. Things can change. This is really early for me to ask, but I just thought I would ask just to see. I was curious. I was excited for you. Basically, your manifestations, and so this is the energy right now, so this makes sense. It could change out in the future, obviously, but right now you're like, yeah, I'm going to be holding back my emotions, my love, my money, my time. Basically, you're manifesting that you're going to hold back all your goods behind that gate. It's going to be locked up behind that gate until you come across and find somebody who's worked on themselves and who's willing to work on themselves to be a better person, okay? Somebody who's willing to learn their lessons in life like you had to, right? Ending this tough love cycle, you know, has taught you that now you want the right opportunity to come in. So with the Seven of Cups, you want to make sure that whatever options are available to you in the future, you are going to, like I said, you're going to hold everything back until you know that whoever you're dealing with has worked on themselves, they've learned lessons, they don't come in and cause any confusion, and basically these could be possibly options for you in the future that you will be holding back from until you find the correct cup for you, right? You may have a few more frogs, right? We all go through tests, and that's another thing. So even though you've ended this cycle, the universe is going to hand you another person just to make sure you've learned that lesson. And so when all these options are floating around, you already know that you're going to hold back until you know for sure that with the Eight of Pentacles, that, you know, there's somebody who's willing to learn and, you know, get guidance to work on themselves and heal themselves. I don't know about this person being in devil energy if they were a thief, right? And they're bossy. This person's probably got a lot of lessons to learn. So someone like that, you know, they may have a lot of lessons to learn before they get to where you are. So this is beautiful. You right now know that you are not going to be open to any options unless it is the real deal. Beautiful. Love it. All right, so let's get a Moonology card for you. What do we have for Pisces for the full moon in Scorpio? What do we have for Pisces, please? Full moon in Scorpio. What do we have for Pisces? Full moon in Scorpio. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So you may have some Cancer in your chart. You may have a lot of water in your chart. Doesn't have to be, but just know that you and your loved ones, the people that you love, are protected, right? Again, the jack-o'-lantern, okay? You were being protected from somebody that was a devil, okay? They were stealing from you. They were, you know, being bossy towards you. They were manipulating you, making you think that they had passion for you. So you're protected, and I think you need to know this now because you were able to, you know, open up your intuition and end it, right? And go through transformation and not be blind again. So that was your, you know, spirit team, your ancestors, your loved ones that are, you know, already on the other side. They are looking out for you and guiding you every step of the way, and always know that. So they did you a service this time. They really were on your side, and they did not like what they saw happening, and they wanted to make sure you saw what was happening. You know, you have to believe in your spirit team because, you know, a lot of people are not, you know, they don't believe it, but over time, when you end up in a situation that is so horrible, like you probably just went through, that's when you realize that your spirit team may have shown you something or made you take a hard hit, but they did that for a reason because they wanted you to see this, to grow and get away from it and end up with the people that are right for you. You know, it sucks when it first happens, but if you find the positive in it and learn from it, that's when your manifestation skills can skyrocket. And that's why I wanted to see what yours was going to do, but it makes sense. It's too soon. You're still healing, and in due time, you'll be able to manifest whatever you want. All right, what else do we have here for Pisces? Friendship, 17. Yes, this is probably going in a new direction. New friends, new soul group, possibly. Yes. A new ally, positive support community. Yes. Meditate when you want more harmony and peace in your community. Also use this card. Oh, I'm sorry. Also use the draw, new alliances and new friends. Yes. So yes, moving on to new types of friends, groups of friends. You know, the arrows are, you know, they're taking off in other directions. It's time for you to go into a new direction, a new friend group, you know, new love, right? Because I don't know, this may have been, you know, a friend lover. I don't know. That's place parties where it fits the situation. So at the end of the day, this is beautiful. You are healing. You're going to find new friends. You are always going to be loved and protected. You are already protected in this particular situation because your spirit team wanted to make sure your intuition was opening up to kill this, transform, and fly free, baby. Fly like the birds. Soar with the birds in freedom. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.